everybody, welcome back to SD.Product Gaming. Right, we've had a bit of a move around in the commentary box, so I'm just going to make sure everything's, that'll do. Right, how are we all this evening? Hope you are all well today, guys. We have got qualifying and race action on the way for you tonight. So let's have a look at damn table so we can all know what's going on and when. So we've got qualifying action coming up very, very shortly. 7:30 for the Army Electric British Super Sport class. They're going to go with a 15-minute qualifying session. We've scrapped the Q1 and Q2 sessions for Superbike and Super Sport for the remainder of the season, just due to low numbers in the practice sessions. We feel like it's best just to scrap those. And then we've got FP3 for the Superbikes, then a 15-minute qualifier for those. Then we've also got a 15-minute qualifier for the Ducatis. And then we've got Army Electric's British Super Sport. We've got their first race of the weekend. Now, this is the scrapped race from Donington Park at about 8:45, maybe a little bit sooner. And then at 9:05, we go with the first Superbike action, race action of the weekend at 9:05. Indeed, Connor, indeed. Up the Northerners, that's all I'm going to say. Right, if you have been checking out these socials today, ladies and gents, you will have seen this wonderful masterclass from a certain Super Ted, who is actually getting too good with these graphics, and we are quite worried that we're going to lose him because of how good his ability is. But there we go. It's very well put together. I will give Ted... I don't like to give Ted too much credit because I know what his ego's like, but there you go. Fantastic bit of work from Ted. So go check that out on the official BSEC page over on the Instagram, and that ties in nicely with... there we go. Go and follow us on the Instagram. Over on the Instagram official BSEC for all the latest news, views, etc. from the BSEC Championship. I'll leave you to argue that one with him, Connor. Right, and whilst we're just on the promotional side of things, there we go. We have got Exact Moves, our title sponsor for this season in Superbike. So a very big thank you to them for coming on board and for their sponsorship. So if you want any business, removals, movals, etc., go and check out Exact Moves, www.exactmoves.co.uk. And let's jump back on here. There we go. Hello, everybody. Right. Lovely stuff. Okie dokie. So, we're just going to wait another few more minutes. We'll go to the next screen, and then we'll see how we are looking. Got a few things to update you on when we get into this session, ladies and gents. Excited for this one. Right, sorry, I thought someone was outside the commentary box. No one is. Right, okie dokie. So, what time are we on? Oh, we got plenty of time. Right, we're going to wait another 3 or 4 minutes. So if you are getting in the session, get yourself in as quick as you can. And then we can crack on with tonight's proceedings. Charlie, I've seen Charlie. Charlie, do you know where Nelson and Thomas are? I have, Charlie. I have indeed, mate. I have indeed. We've had a bit of a scenery change. Getting a new table tomorrow. Very excited. This one's very wobbly. It's got a wonky leg. Thank you very much, mate. I just don't want them to miss out on qualifying. Right. I've got some H2O, so we're ready. It's in a lovely green cup. Yeah. Well. Cheers. Lovely stuff, lovely. So I'm just looking down the people that are in already. Good luck picking a winner. That's all I'm going to say. That is all I'm going to say. Vinny's here. Good to have Vinny with us. There we go. So it was Connor that topped the times yesterday in free practice. Was about 6/10 quicker than Nelson, who's a newbie to the channel. Nelson had a good... I only got in FP2, but 6/10 off the pace. No problem, Charlie. We'll go on Thomas once Thomas gets here, mate. Thank you for that one, buddy. Nelson could just have to start at the back of the grid. There we go. Right then. So, right, we are just about ready to rock and roll. Then we'll just wait for Thomas, and we'll crack on with this one. Let me just have a quick scroll down who we've got. So I have been informed that Neil will be missing qualifying, but should be here for the race later, where he will start from pole position. So Supersport qualifying that you're about to see will determine the grid positions for tomorrow's race, or his first race tomorrow. And then the grid order for the first race later on today will be based off when the red flag came out, Donington Park. Oh, Ash. Oh my god, I forgot about Ash. No worries, mate. No problem at all. Right, so much Thomas and Ash gets here, we will crack on with this one. Oh, dearie me. Hope we've all had a good day, people. Sun's been lovely here. The weather's been very nice. Shame, really, because I want to do a wet session. It is. It is indeed, Charlie. I am a keen darts enthusiast. Ish. I'm sort of keeping an eye on the darts. Let's. You'll be waiting a hell of a long time, mate. Oh dear me, who we just beat out? Yes, we have indeed. We have indeed, Isaac. We've had a bit of a move around in the comms box. Oh my days. Oh, there we go. Right, so Thomas is here. Lovely stuff. Alright, no worries. There we are. Obviously, you guys can't see that, but SDP... Yeah, that'd be interesting, wouldn't it? SDPG Darts Tournament. Right, so... What's that? Lovely. We've got a few minutes. See, look at that. Ted's just making my ego... It's not good, really. You need to stop complimenting. But yeah, I think it is much better because there's less in the background. That's all I'm going to say. I'll take your word for that, Connor. I'll take your word for that. Oh my days. Here we go. Now we're in darts chat. Lovely. Right, okie dokie then. So, if we're all ready, let's crack on then with the first session of the night then. It is the Army Electrics British Supersport class. They will go for qualifying. Oh, we've had an imposter. Brilliant. Qualifying is on the way next. Okay, we've gone on the wrong scene, and if the hierarchy would like to stop being pillocks, that would be fantastic, and actually do your job and be professional. That'll be great. Thank you, chaps. Right, okay, so it's time for qualifying then for the Super Sport. All three of them are going to be held accountable for this one. Whoa, okay, that's not good. Jesus. Right. Know the rules, 5 or more. We restart. And wow, it's not happened in a while. Chaps, we are just going to red flag this one. We'll restart this one. So I will speak to you in just a second. We'll restart over 10 minutes. 10-minute restart. There we go. Right, so that's gone a bit peaked on straight off the bat. Thank you very much. Are we in for another testing time? Well, probably. Right. Okay, I'll try again. Hello, back again. I've no idea, George. Meant to kick him out. We had so many imposters join at the last second that I didn't have time to kick him out. It's just rude, really. It's just I don't want to race the SDPG, but right, just to try and keep us on track, we're just going to knock this down by 5 minutes. Honestly, I don't like this job sometimes. Oh, right. Speaking of jobs, right, here we go. I've got a job to do here. So, as I'm sure you're all aware by now, ladies and gentlemen... Oh, Supersport Riders, your lobby is now up, so get yourselves in. If we get more than 10 sales on a Malted caps, Ted said he'd give me his car, which is a lovely Mercedes. So, if you'd like to get a hat, speak to Ted, and if we get more than 10 sales, I'll be having his A45 off him. There we are. So, and he's too busy yabbering, he did not hear that. Okay, so, let's crack on then with this one. Everyone's getting themselves in pretty sharp. I should do apologise to everybody on that one. That is not good. So we're doing 10 minutes, Isaac, because we are trying to speed up the stream. We're trying to keep us on time, mate. And 10 minutes will sort that out, hopefully. Right, let's go to the next screen then. And then we will crack on with this one pretty sharpish. I'll actually turn to the Supersport page on my notes. That would be a good idea. Right, who are we missing? We got Ash in. Where's Ash? Yes, Ash is there. Aaron? No. Hey, there we go. Right. Where is he? Hang on. He's a bit crippled. There we are. Andy! There we are. He's thrilled. I'll tell you what. There you are. Right. He's always looking over my shoulder. Honestly. Dear oh dear. Oh dear, actually, we could get sued though. There you are, you didn't see a thing. I just realised showing the logo. Right, okay, just wait for Aaron's loading in. Fantastic stuff. Lovely. Lovely. Simply lovely. Right. Good turnout in Supersport this weekend. It's what we like. This is Supersport back to its best, and it certainly is this weekend. Fantastic. We will get into all new riders in this session, ladies and gents. We have got a few new faces out there for you to get your head around, so we'll see whether we can bring you good information. I'm sure we will. Okay, Aaron's here, lovely. Right, let's try and make sure all the imposters are booted out before we get into this one. Right, we all ready? Hopefully we are. Right, let's go. Take two. Try again. Woohoo! Okay. Right, let's try again with the Super Sport qualifying green flag shown around the circuit for this one. Yeah, I like that, Ash. Okay, right. Keep your fingers crossed. I do apologise, ladies and gents. There's technical issues galore here. I mean, Ted's lost his marbles, and the game's made that Jan and Ted have lost their marbles, and the game's just, well, lost sanity. Oh dear. Okay. Oh, dearie me. Right. You're right. Is that? Okay, that is not a good start, ladies and gents, unfortunately. Why are we now getting issues all of a sudden? This is baffling. Right, okay, we'll get on with the commentary. We'll get this one done, and then I'll try and have a think. Dangerous, I know. But we're underway then, we're qualifying. For this one, if riders have made it out in this session, they will be starting from towards the back of the grid, and we'll try and do it in order of where they're at in the championship. But first out on the circuit then, and first rider to set a flying lap will be Isaac, number 73 machine, off on his merry way up towards the Schwantz curve and into McLean's. Then he goes for Isaac. So let's see what he can do on the GW Motorsports Triumph, also being joined this weekend by Alfie, who's out tonight, who, if you remember, ladies and gents, all the way back at Alton Park, put it towards the front of the grid. I think he was actually on pole position and took a lights to flag victory in the sprint race. Absolutely blew the competition away and then didn't make it out in the feature race. So there we go, a bit of a saving grace that we had issues in the second race. But into Melbourne Loop then for Isaac as he tips in now. Oh, just runs a little bit wide, clips the first apex, very nice, just runs it a little bit wide through there, but he's gathered it up nicely. Into Goddard's then. Got to be careful here at Goddard's. The front can very easily tuck on you there as it's a downhill corner, off camber. Very tricky corner. But the first lap time on board 129.753 for Isaac, and immediately bettered by Connor, who has the number 1 plate on the front. Looking good for Connor on the APR Racing Honda, and we've got a 127.464 for Connor straight off the bat. Into the 126s yesterday. Of course you can, Aaron. Of course you can, my mate. So Connor was very quick yesterday. Was 6/10 clear of everybody else. George, let's have a welcome back then for George on the Army Electrics. MV Augusta was due to be sitting out the rest of this season and concentrating on season 2, but he is back with us, ladies and gents, for this weekend, for the remainder of the weekend, which is good to see. George has had a very strong season, currently lying. Where is he in the championship? Let's have a look. He's P7 in the standings. Had 1 win and 4 podiums for George. Had a very, very solid season. Good to see the MV Augusta back out on circuit and currently lying in P2 in this session. Now, coming into this round, ladies and gents, of course, Connor has wrapped the title up, but we have a 3-way fight for P2 as Guy now goes on to that front row into P2. We've got Neil on 224 points in P2. Liam on 220 points in P3 and Scotty Too Hotty 218 points in P4. Now, Neil is not here for qualifying, but will be back later on for the first race of the weekend for the Supersport class. Liam is currently working away, so we're not going to see Liam this weekend either, and this is very important for Scott to get himself as high up the order as he can. He has done just that in P2 at the moment on a 127.993. Good luck that from Scotty Too Hotty. He knows this is a big weekend. 3 races for Supersport this weekend, so a lot more points on offer for these guys. So we'll see whether Scott can close that gap on Neil. Neil was looking quick at Alton Park and will probably be doing very well here at Donington. I'm sure he took his first win with us here at Donington, so he will be strong around here. But a good start from Scotty Too Hotty on that front row at the moment. Let's have a look then at Alfie, ladies and gents, as he goes in towards McLean's then. I do need to speak to George actually and Alfie just to change that number, because Jordan's already got 23. Never mind. Luckily it doesn't really matter too much in esports, but we'll polish that up, we'll sort that out. As we get Alfie now down the back straight in towards the fog. Yes, it's a very tricky section of circuit is this one. You've got to be careful, don't take too much curb here through the left because it could spit you off, and Alfie's just negotiated that perfectly. Jordan now up to P4, 128.665, 1.1 seconds faster for Alfie, so this will put him on that front row of the grid. Unfortunately, we missed out on a battle between Alfie and Connor at Alton Park. I would have thought we are going to get one this weekend. Oh, Connor does a 126.823, goes 1.1 seconds faster than anybody else. But let's get Alfie now down towards the line, and over the line he goes and does go P2 on a 127.791, so just less than a second off at the moment. That's a great lap time for Connor, and good to see actually the number 1 plate out there and still eager to go fastest in sessions and win races. That is very good to see. Excuse me. Scotty Too Hotty now leaves pit lane. Let's have a look at Guy then on the Power Slide Racing Suzuki number 83 machine. Had a very solid season. Has Guy not quite had that I don't know how to say that. We'll just change that. Not had his first win yet with us, but he's had 3 podiums. So he's had a very, very good start to the season. Now got obviously 2 rounds left, 5 races to go. Let's see whether Guy can indeed get that first win. He was 3/10 up, but dropped it at Goddard's. Just showing there what can happen at Goddard's. And it is very interesting actually, because the gap between Guy and Jordan on your screens, ladies and gents, 2 Power Slide Racing Suzukis is 2 points. So that battle for P5 is a bit of friendly fire. It's just like in Superbikes. We'll get onto that when we go with that session in about 5 minutes time. But Jordan now up to P5. directly behind Guy. George there in P6 at the moment. Got Connor just up ahead of him as he goes over the line. No improvement there for George. He'll only get one more go at this. Oh no, he'll get a few more goes at it. Don't know what you're on about, Sean. Right. Here we go then. Down towards the line then for Alfie. Does improve. 127.485. Getting ever closer. I do agree with that, Jamie. Good to have George back with the MV sounding lovely. Right, let's go for a rundown then of the order at the moment. Connor there just keeping out of the way of fellow riders as he goes through the old hairpin. It's Connor on pole position, provisional pole position, ahead of Alfie and Scottish Suhotty front row. Then we've got Guy, Jordan and George on row number 2, and then we'll have Isaac and the rest rounding out the field. But of course for later on today, the grid has already been set. That was set at Donington Park. We will go through that when we get racing action underway a little bit later. In about an hour's time, these guys will be out for the first race of their weekend. Scott there takes a little bit of grass and some curb. That's a bit brave. Into McLean's then for the HPR machine. Let's see what Scott can do then as he heads up towards Coppice now on the brakes. Oh, here's a 10th up. Oh, as Jordan now goes on to that front row. 127.732 for the power slide. Racing Suki, good lap time that's from Jordan. As we get Scott now down the back straight hard on the brakes in towards the foggy S's. We've lost Isaac from this one. Through the S's down towards the Melbourne Loop. Then we've got 2 10th up for Scotty Too Hotty. Round the Melbourne Loop then on the power up towards Goddard's. This will see him back on the front row if he can keep this one going. Into Goddard's then, look tidy. That's a tidy lap for the number 5. Down towards the line then for Scott. Where's this going to put him? Ooh, no improvement in position, but he did improve in time there. Very close to Jordan. 300ths down on Jordan's time there. A minute and a half remaining then of qualifying for the Super Sport. It looks like the number 1 of Connor will be on pole position if things stay the way they are. But Alfie is going for one more roll of the dice then through the crane of curves. 300ths off through sector 1. So he's in touch here. And we've now got 5 riders. Oh, everyone's in the 127 or 126 bracket. Lovely stuff. Good lap that from George. 127.996. Just narrowly gets himself in that 127 bracket. Alfie now through McLean's and up towards Coppice then for the Triumph, and he's 2 10ths up through sector 2. So that a very solid second sector of the lap as he now runs down towards the foggy S's then. Just under the ghost of the Dunlop Bridge. Hard on the brakes now. Will he take any curve on the outside? He will indeed. Oh, what a line that was from Alfie. Let's see his next sector point, because that looked very fast and tight. Oh, he's lost a little bit of time there. Into the Melbourne Loop then. This will see him just break. Oh, down he goes. Alfie took to the front then at the Melbourne Loop, and he has lost that lap. It was a good lap up to that point for the Triumph rider. See Jordan now on the brakes in towards the Melbourne Loop. Let's see, Scott now coming up towards the line. Can Scott get himself on the front row? Oh, he can't, as the checkered flag now is out for Super Sport. And well, it is Connor Chameleon then, the number 1, is on pole position for Super Sport tomorrow. And then we'll have Alfie and Jordan on the front row. I'm sure Scott might be a little bit disappointed with that, not far off that front row, and could have done to have got on there. But he starts on the head of row number 2. Then we'll have Guy and George. Then we'll have Isaac and the rest rounding out our grid. And that is going to be a stacked grid, I can tell you now. Alright then, ladies and gents. Let's jump on that one. Lovely. What's going on here? There we go. It's all working. Right. Sorry, the laptop's just a little bit slow, but it's all good. Right, we are going to do free practice 3 then for the super bikes. I am going to knock 5 minutes off the qualifying just so we can just try and keep ourselves on time, because, well, you know, it's good to be on time. Don't say that again, Seamus. Do not say that again. Right. I have, Mason, yes. Funnily enough, I've been testing it around the Northwest. There you go. There's a 4:13 on it. I'm so proud. It's rubbish lap time, but, you know. I was proud of myself. I just did a lap without crashing. Right, there we go. Of course, yeah, standard really. DLC 46. Oh, Ted's following suit. Oh, right. Oh, Jan as well. Oh, look at this, 3 amigos. Possibly, mate. Possibly. I'm toying with the idea. Right, let's turn the page. Let's turn the page. Look at this. We've got stacked entry tonight. That's what we like. We're lacking in numbers, yes, Stu. Not nice. That is good. This is good. What we like. Right. Okie dokie. So how many we've got? We've got 9 in at the moment. That is fabulous. Who are we actually missing? I don't really know. We've got Charlie in. Yeah, Charlie's here. We've got Mason. Ah, missing Mason. He'll be on his way. Right. Look at that. Right on cue. Bosh. Right. Let's crack on with this one. No Mason G this weekend, ladies and gents. Got other commitments outside of SDPG, and we'll talk about the championship now, actually, because we'll put that on your screens before we go with this one. So, here is the championship standings then coming into this round. We have Brett leading on 437 points, Dylan on 422 points, and Ted on 390 points. I can tell you now, ladies and gents, this title will be going down to the final round. It is mathematically impossible for the championship to be wrapped up here, which means I've done a bloody good job with working out the points. No, I'm not giving myself credit. Right, Mason G in P4, 285. Charlie on 226. 200 for Adam. 170 points for Mason Roth. Jamie on 154. Aaron and Christian both tied on 140. And Jan is just outside on 135 points. And Joe is on 88. So that is the point standings going into this round. And we're about ready to rock and roll then with Superbike Free Practice 3. It is time for the SDPG British Superbikes in association with Exact Moves FP3. On the way next. And the green flag is now out then, all around the circuit, and we've got Yorkshire's top rack. Well, he's like Josh Brooks, isn't he? Always keen to get out first. Is Dylan. I'm not going to try and rhyme off too many facts and stats, because when I did that yesterday, the game couldn't handle it. So, there we go. But we will give you some of Dylan's stats then. And, well, last time we were here for Dylan, he had a first, second, and a win, so looking good around Donington. This is the thing we're doing. Very fast, extremely fast rider. Is doing what, well, arguably the fastest one we've got at the moment here in SDPG, or certainly one of the fastest. It's just piecing everything together, and he has done a very good job with that this season. Certainly towards the tail end, he's just gone on a monstrous run of wins. 11 race wins for Dylan. He's had the most wins out of anybody this season, which is just incredible stuff. For Yorkshire's top rack. But we'll get him over the line and we'll talk about the other two title contenders, and then we'll talk about everybody else after that. But let's get number one through the final corner of Goddard, and he goes straight into Gasoline Alley and he sets a blistering lap time. 10 points to Gryffindor. Lovely. Right, who is on their way round? Who's next? No, hang on. No, that's Jan. Gianluca is coming up towards the line now on the inner floor BMW machine. Over the line he goes and does 135.2. I must have found a mistake on that lap. For the number 57, we've got a front row Joe, 126.822. Good to have Joe back with us this weekend. We've got Gamer Jamie on top at the moment on a 124.819. We've got our championship leader Brett, Ashby's finest. We'll talk about Brett since it's on screen. We'll talk about him now. So Brett leading the championship by just 15 points coming into this round. Had a bit of a mare at, excuse me, at Donington Park, which has just allowed Dylan to creep back into this championship. Very close now, but you cannot deny his stats are just brilliant. Brett has had 24 podiums out of 30 races, 8 wins to his name. Fantastic run of form for your championship leader, doing well on the CS Autos Ducati. Got 6 races to just hang on to this lead. Can he do it? That is the question. Well, Charlie's popped up to P2 on the number 24 SDPG Racing Honda, and I should just point out, ladies and gents, that you will see some stuff like Charlie's. Charlie's done a fantastic livery there as a tribute to Shane Richardson and Owen Jenner. Very nice touch from Charlie on that one. And we'll talk about our other championship leader. Other championship leader, that is incorrect. Our other championship title fighter, Super Ted. Now, we would sort of say that Ted's a bit of an outsider for this title. 47 points down on Brett. Like I said, this is not over till it's over, ladies and gents. But it will take, I think Ted knows this as well, it's going to take something big to happen to Brett and Dylan to get back into this one. But he's gone well at Donington before. It's one of his first, I think it might have actually, no it wasn't. He has taken a good win round here in a Super Sport Championship that we ran last season. He's also topped the tests here all the way back in pre-season. Can Ted unlock that magic and certainly clean the cape, put some Mr. Sheen on it and make it a bit faster? Well, last time we were here, actually, let's give some facts. Ted had a 5th, 3rd and a 2nd, so very good points for Ted last time we were here. And he obviously had the double win at Donington Park, so he's coming off a good run of form is Ted and goes up to P3. Charlie's done a good job there. 125.118 for Evil Knievel, number 24 machine, having a good run out at the moment. Right, so 5.5 minutes then remaining of this one. Let's have a look at Adam, ladies and gents, who has been in scintillating form recently. In the last 9 races, out of worst finish of 9th. All the others have been hovering around that top 6 area, top 6, top 5, top 4. He's been very, very consistent, always running towards the front end of races. The RK BMW looking strong in the hands of Adam. It's the only one that we see out at the moment. Well, he's gone from last to first, ladies and gents. Yorkshire's top rank, 124.117, goes top of the times. Number 1 knows what he has to do this weekend. In towards the foggy S zone for Adam, the number 4, through the left, through the right. Takes a little bit of grass, but that's A-OK. As down towards the foggy S, Melbourne Loop actually. Into the Melbourne Loop, Jamie's improved as well on a 124.218 for a gamer Jamie, who's done a good job with that lap, just over a 10th off Dylan's pace. And then we have to look back all the way. That is incredible. The top 2 are very close, and then it goes to quite a big gap back to Charlie, who's just a smidgen ahead of Super Ted, who in turn is a few tenths ahead of Adam, who's jumped himself up to P5. Not a good start to practice then for Brett. I don't know whether this would be giving him some concern. Languishing in P6. If he has this sort of running qualifying, he may get caught up in shenanigans that goes on in the mid-pack over at turn 1. So you've got to have to try and find something. Obviously, Brett's home round, Ashby's finest. So we'll see whether Brett can improve. He is on an improvement lap at the moment. Down towards the foggy S's, then goes number 52. Hard on the brakes, looks tidy. Oh, I just ran a bit wide there through the left. Gathers it up nicely as he heads down towards Melbourne. He has lost time there. So he has got just shy of 4 minutes to see if he can find something out of Melbourne Loop. Then goes Brett and up towards Goddard. We'll keep an eye on his lap time. Want to have a word about this man who is in the box making some adjustments. We'll go back to Aaron a little bit later. Jan's back with us tonight, ladies and gents. Can't make tomorrow, I've heard, in the paddock. So this is a big opportunity for Jan. Really wants to get inside that top 10 in the championship. Real feels like that's a good season for him, and I'd agree. Fantastic season he's had. Got his first podium last time out, ladies and gents, at Donington Park. Let's see whether Jan can replicate that at Donington. Goes well here. Had some good runs last time we were here. His results don't really show what happened last time. He was fighting with Brett and Ted, let's not forget, for quite a few laps in one of the races here last time. So we'll see whether he can do the same again. 3/10 up for Jan through that set. So we'll keep an eye on that lap time as we'll have a look at front row Joe. Good to have Joe back with us. Malton R5L Yamaha. Now Joe's been busy outside of SDPG the last few rounds, but it's good to have the number 69 back with us. And well, let's see what Joe can do. Where's Joe? Yeah, so Joe is currently P12 in the standings. Oh, as Adam runs off in the background there, going into Goddard's. And we were having a look between rounds, ladies and gents. There's now only one rider in the Superbike class not to have a podium. That is just incredible. That is just phenomenal. The SDPG has so much talent. It blows my mind. Absolutely blows my mind. And we've got Mason Roth as well. Mr. NASA on the Honda. Good to have Mason with us as well this weekend. Mr. NASA there is looking forward to our upcoming Roads campaign, which will be kicking off in about a month's time, ladies and gents. Middle of June, early June, sometime in June. We'll have 2 rounds of road racing to bring you, as well as BSEC pre-season testing. We have a lot packed in to this year. Mason Roth is certainly going to be one to watch out for on the roads. Good luck that from Brett. He has now just gone up to P4, 125.168 for the CS Autos Ducati. Dylan has also improved his time. I do apologise to Dylan for not spotting that sooner. 124.051 as the RD Racing Yamaha of Gamer Jamie does a lovely roll, and Jamie's going to get booted. That bike's not looking happy. So through Schwantz curve then in towards McLean's. Oh, Jamie's back out. Oh, that was a bit weird. Thought he was going to get booted then. Through McLean's then for the number 1 of Yorkshire's top ranks. So we'll just have a rundown of the order. It is Dylan, Jamie and Charlie. Good run this from Charlie. P3. Yes, mate, solid. P4 for Brett at the moment. P5 for Superbike. Let's get through the foggy S. His next sector time coming up now. Never mind, he's done a lovely headstand. P6 for Adam. P7 for Aaron. P8 at the moment for Gianluca. Yes, Jan! Come on, boy! Here we go. Any second. And he's away! Good practice start that from Jan. Lovely stuff. 20 points to Hufflepuff for that one. Then we've got Joe and Mason Roth rounding out the field. Well, sometimes I just hate this job. Right, hang on. Let's back that up a second as the checkered flag is now out for the Superbikes. Look at the 3rd, 4th and 5th. Charlie, Brett and Ted covered by less than 2/10. God, we don't have a lot of talent here, do we? Utter bull snot. We do indeed. Right, Dylan, Jamie and Charlie, you're top. A good session that from Charlie. Good to see. And look at that. He celebrates with a wheelie. Of course he does. Charlie knows how to celebrate. Then we've got Brett, who's also on the back wheel. Good man. Super Ted, who's reading the Daily Star. And we've also got Adam there. Oh, Aaron pips him to P6 in that one. Adam in 7th. We've got Gianluca in P8. We've got front row Joe. And Mr. NASA rounding out. Yeah. Look at that. See, they know how to put on a show. Does the SDPG Superbike squad. That is what we like. Right. There we go. So those are your times. The scores are certainly on the door. Right. There we go. Right. Here we go. It is qualifying. And if I say here we go once more, I will do my own knotting. Yes, I'm going to do the same, actually. I'm just going to Actually, no, I don't need to restart my game. No worries, Aaron, mate. No problem at all. No worries. Right. Oh, Jamie, I'm staying out of this one, mate. Good to see. Good to see. Supersport qualifying. I'll let you know shortly, Neil. I can't quite remember off the top of my head. I think it was Connor, Alfie. Yeah. Who was third? Jordan. There we go. Scott, Guy, and George. I think that's how it went. I think that is how it went. Well, just don't think, Seamus. That's where you're going wrong. Right, qualifying. We've knocked this down to 10 minutes just so we can try and get back on track. The Ducatis will have the same treatment, so the next session will be the Ducatis after the Superbike. Superbike riders, get yourselves in the lobby. We are now ready to rock and roll. Oh, Ted wins. Ted's in first. He's having it. Look at that. He's determined, you see. He is keen and enthusiastic. That's what we're not going to add anything else onto that sentence before I get shouted at. Right, so who is going to take pole position, ladies and gents? I have no idea. Actually, I do. One of them. Hey, I win. I really want to say this joke that Ted told me before the stream, but I really don't as well, because it's just, yeah. I feel like Ted should tell the group. Ted, do you want to share them with the group? He said no. So, I'm sorry there, ladies and gents. If you missed our testing stream during the week, you will have missed an absolute cracker of a joke from me, where I made myself hysterically laugh for 2 minutes and had to, well, had to go off stream. Andy! Oh dear. Woohoo! There you go. Say hello, Dill. We'll just turn him round, look, so we don't get sued. Right, okay. Good question, George. Off the top of my head, I'm not sure. I'll get back to you on that one. You have to send me a message to remind me. I also... Hey, Andy! Right, there we go. They're doing this to annoy me. It's not going to work. It's not going to work, chaps. Don't worry. Look, they're smiling as well. Just silly little grins. It's just pathetic, really. You need to grow up, chaps. You need to grow up. Oh, my God. Right. Andy! There we are. I'm very enthusiastic. Go on, let's give a proper... Hey! Whoop! Oh, dear, that was my finger. Whoop! Hey, Aaron! Of course you can, mate. Say hello to Andy Pandy. Yo. Andy is a cat, honestly. Andy should do commentary, I think. Right, before anyone else says hello to Andy, we've got to get the session underway. There you go, Neil. Hey, Andy. Look, it's just famous. Right, let's crack up. Oh, dear. Andy's dead. He's got a bit of a headache. He's fallen off. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Right. Hey, Andy. There we go. Right. Honestly, why did Dylan talk me into this? So it's all Dylan's fault. It just is. He said you should probably do something like that. So, and why did I agree to him, actually? No, it's my fault. Okay, let's go. Qualifying SDPG Brave Superbikes in association with Exact Moves. Ah, it's all the way next. If I can find the intro. There we go. Let's go. Holdy. Right, we are here for qualifying then. 10 minutes of frantic qualifying action is well and truly underway. Who have we lost from the running? We've lost front row Joe. What has happened to front row Joe? I'm not sure. Retirement for the Malton R5L Yamaha. Unlucky that for Joe. That will mean a back of the grid start for Joe when we go with the first race later on this evening. Right, Aaron first out on circuit. He beat Dylan there out of the pits. Down towards the foggy S's then for the number 92 Exact Moves Kawasaki. Through the S's, I did that on purpose. Through the S's for Aaron. Good sector time that for the big Kawasaki through Melbourne Loop for Aaron and up towards. Oh, God, I was there for Exact Moves Kawasaki, Aaron the mechanic, as he goes through. Goddard's now then on the power as he gets his head down now. What time are we going to see? First lap time, 1:25.6. Very good lap from Aaron. Good lap from the Exact Moves Kawasaki. Right, Dylan's on his merry way. Jamie does a 1:33.552. I think he'll be looking for a bit more, personally. Super Ted down towards the Melbourne Loop. Dylan's doing a lovely headstand. Fair play, mate. Jam, 1:34.834. 125. Again, looks like just a few mistakes in these early laps. Charlie, who's had a fantastic FP3, is off on his merry way down towards the Melbourne Loop then for the SDPG Racing Honda. Out Melbourne Loop then, and Ted goes to provisional pole position, 125.586 for the Malted R5L Yamaha. Goes a couple of hundredths quicker than Aaron as Charlie bails out there. Look at that, see, that is a clever rider. Save the management a lot of money. Good stuff. Brett now goes to provisional pole position, 125.519 for Ashby's Finest, the CS Autos Ducati on top at the moment. Right, whereabouts is Jamie on circuit? Going down towards Melbourne Loop. This will be a cracking time from Jamie, looking at a 124 for the RD Racing Yamaha. Dylan in towards McLean's. Adam now through the Melbourne Loop. Up towards Gollards then for the R-Gate BMW. Nicely done. Done a good job there as Adam. Let's see where this puts him. Jamie goes top, 124.646. And we have 126.322 for Adam on that lap. Looks like Dylan might have just had a bit of a moment there. He's just popped back out of the box. If so, he's going to try and get a lap time in pretty sharpish, because time is very quickly running out of qualifying. And yes, he has now just gone onto a flyer. We'll keep an eye on that. Jan in P5 at the moment, 126.015 for the in-floor BMW Motorrad machine. Ted now up to P2. That's more like it, 124.754 for the Malted R5L Yamaha. Runs, yeah, an interesting line through turn number 1, Redgate, but has gathered it up nicely. Right, let's get Brett's now in towards McLean's. Ashby's Finest then, looking good. Let's see if he can. I think for Brett he'd be looking to maybe get on that front row. Row 2, I'm sure it will be the minimum he will take, and I think he has got the pace to get on row number 2. Certainly row number 2, maybe even a front row. He's got to find a bit of pace though in this one. In towards the foggy S's, through the left, through the right. Down towards the Melbourne Loop. He is a 10th up on this lap, so it'll be a 125.4 if you can just keep this one going. Still waiting for lap times from Dylan and Mason Roth, with half the session gone. Adam now pops himself up to P3. Good lap that from Adam, 125.435. Jamie's gone quicker, 124.485. For Gamer Jamie on the R&D Racing Yamaha. Brett now goes up into P3. Front row at the moment, 125.279 for Ashby's Finest and Championship leader. Mason Rolfe has now done a lap time, 126.9. Where's Yorkshire's top rack? Going up towards Starkeys and Schwantz Curve. He knows what he's got to do. He knows what he's got to do between now and the end of the season. Just finish ahead of Brett. Easier said than done. I can tell you that right now. Oh, huge moment into Coppis there for Yorkshire's top rack, and down he goes. Well, I don't want to sort of say this, but time is very quickly running out. 4 minutes remaining of this session. That's probably 2 to 3 laps. He should be okay. Should be able to get a good time on the board. That is one thing with Dylan. He can pretty much go straight out the box and nail a good lap time. So we'll see what he can do. Let's go for a rundown of the current order at the moment. Then we've got Jamie, Ted and Brett, your provisional front row at the moment. Then we've got Adam, Aaron and Jan. Good run this one, Jan. In P6 as it stands. Mason Roth, Charlie and Dylan at the moment on row number 3. I'm sure Yorkshire's top rack will get a lap in, and Jordan's having to spectate. Fair play. We don't mind that. Well, only 2 riders in the 124s at the moment. Whereabouts is Brett on circuit? Just got Mason Roth up ahead of him. He's improved his time again, 125.070 for Ashby's Finest. So he is chipping away nicely there. Good run this from Brett at the moment. Let's see if he can get in that 124 bracket. That is probably where he needs to be. Throwing the Schwantz curve and in towards McLean's then for Super Ted. Let's get Ted's next sector time popping up any second now. Ooh, look at that. Good run that from Ted through sector 2. Half a 10th up as he gets on the power now out of Coppis as he runs underneath. Doesn't run, he goes underneath the ghost of the Dunlop Bridge. Hard on the brakes in towards the foggy S is then. Oh, took a little bit too much grass, did a bit of motocrossing, and has backed out of that lap. Who has jumped up the order then? Charlie that's jumped up the order. P5 at the moment, Aaron in 6th. Good run this from both those guys. Whereabouts is Yorkshire's top right? Going through Goddard's now. Hopefully this is a flying lap for him, otherwise might be in a bit of bother with time. It is. And he goes straight to pole. 1:24.36. I swear, Dylan and Connor are very similar. They always like to leave it late. Don't say that again, Seamus. Well, yes, Dylan now on to provisional pole position. Oh, hey! Gamer Jamie goes to pole position then. At the moment, 1:24.297. Narrowly taking that from Dylan. Jamie will get another go at it on this lap, clipping the ground. Oh, he's 1,000th of a second up through sector 1. Keep an eye on Yorkshire's top right though as he goes through McLean's now. We'll get his next sector time in just a moment. Oh, he's 2/10 up at the moment. Oh, and now he's down. Well, I'll tell you what, your 3 title charges, 2nd, 3rd and 4th. Oh, right. Thank you, Ted. You reminded me of something there, mate. So, like we said yesterday, ladies and gents, we missed our free practice show yesterday. We did mention the curbs here at Donington. Very unforgiving. Clip the curbs, even with a mile an hour too much, and you will be on the floor. Hit them at the wrong angle, you'll be down. They are very, very unforgiving curbs. So we'll see how many riders get caught out when we go racing a little bit later on, and in the Ducati session on the way in about 5 minutes time, ladies and gents. 5 minutes for the Ducatis, and Jamie bails out. See, that is good presence of mind. I've seen Charlie do that as well. Pick the bike up. If you're going to risk a crash, pick the bike up, run it off. Honestly, seeing that looks the absolute dog's danglies. Well done, chaps. I rate that. I really do rate that. Right, one more roll of the dice then for Dylan. Oh, he's 100th of a second up. Use it. That's fine. He does like to use a bit of outside curve there. Let's keep. Oh, Ted's tipped off at the whatever corner that is. Schwanzko. I know. Brett's in the pit, so he's done for this one. A best of P4 for Brett. See Jamie there, powering through up towards McLean's. We've got Adam there as well, and Aaron flashing through. Good run this actually from Adam and Aaron. Not too far. Not too much time separating those guys. Charlie also not far behind either. He's also run straight on at Goddard. Good presence of mind. We like that. Right, over the line. Checkered flag. Ah! No, that's green flag. That's wrong one. Checkered flag. Checkered flag now for Superbike qualifying them. Dylan's done, and it's P2. It is a P2 for Yorkshire's top rack. Ted's done as well. He had a minor excursion at McLean's. Well, is that a provisional pole? Is that pole position for Jamie? I think it might well be. Well, Jamie on pole ahead of Yorkshire's top rack with Ted on that front row. Brett, Adam and Aaron row number 2 with Charlie, Jan and Mason Roth rounding out the field with front row Joe. We'll start from the back of the grid there. Right. I don't think Dylan will be too disheartened by that. On the front row, put 2 Yamahas alongside. Yamaha maybe not quite the best machine to get off, not the quickest machine to get off the line. And Dylan is a very strong starter. So we'll see what happens then when we go with Superbike Race 1 a little bit later on. Oakley dokley then, it is time for the Ducati Monster 1200 Cup. Ooh, bit of American. Oh my god. Don't do that again, Shams. Do not do that again. That is not acceptable behaviour. Okay, yes, great job, Aaron. We like that, mate. We love to see that. Not far off P5 either. Good work, Sunshine. Good work. Dylan looks stressed. He looks stressed. Just want to go Gucci, go. He's not happy. Okay, let's move on before we get any of that on stream. And the Ducati session is just about ready to rock and roll. Yep, done it again. Lovely. Right, there we go. Session up now for the Ducatis. Let's rock and roll. Let's do that timing. I think I've done the wrong one here. I have done the wrong one. Yeah, I have. Ha! Look at that. See, I noticed that before anybody else. That is an achievement because my community is pretty on the ball. Right, is that now all? See, look at that. Look at that. No, see, if I had shot up there, no one would have known my mistake. Bolsh. Right. Okie dokie. We've got enough to run the session. That is good. So 10 minutes then for the Ducatis. How are we doing for time? Let's check the damn table. We are... Oh, that's surprising. Okay, we're quite far ahead. So we will get, actually, a bit further ahead for the remaining races this evening, which is good. That is good. We all like an early finish. Even though we don't, because we enjoy this. So early finishes, they're nice. Obviously spend with family, but yes. Right. Okay. We've got 11 people ready for this. Holy mother! Right then. Anyone want to hear the joke, by the way? Ted's joke. Actually, no. No, we're not even going to offer that. I retract that. I retract that statement. Correct, Scott. Correct. Families are overrated. I'll take that back immediately. Oh, Aaron's done a quick livery. Yes, Aaron. That's what we like, man. That is what we like. Quick liveries, though, always look the best. It's just fact. It's just fact. Right, Isaac's on the Aprilia. Trying to get an advantage. Just wait for Isaac to sort. Oh, must be joking. I won't be here tomorrow. Good job other half doesn't watch this back, eh? Right. Isaac, you're on the Aprilia, sunshine. As soon as he changes, we're going. Ready for this. See, I don't know why I'm saying this, because you guys can't see what I can see. Probably for there. See, Connor's eager. Connor's an Oh, Connor and Guy. Look at this. Oh, my goodness gracious. Jordan's at it as well. All right, okay, I get it. Okay, we'll just go. What is this? A flash mob? Holy mackerel. Ah! Imposter. Oh, dear. Oh, no. That's not gone well. Bang! Let's go. Ducati qualifying is on the way next. I need some more water. Ah! Everybody's in! It's spitting! It's spitting! Everybody's in! And we're on the way! Yes! Come on, lads! Let's have it! Here we go! Right. There we go. Sort me out. Oh, dearie me. Already a few dramas then at Goddard's for these chaps as they run down towards the... No, they don't run. That's just, you know, because some people are pedantic. So, there we are. Right, who's first out on circuit then? Let's have a look. Oh, hey, it's George. It is George. Oh, sugar, Speedway's on. I'm missing Speedway. I am missing Speedway for you lot. There you are. Think yourselves lucky. I can imagine. I would not miss this for the world. Well, after a bit of a shaky start to proceedings, ladies and gents, that is good for numbers. 11 riders. Up the mags, that's all I'm saying. Right, front row Joe, first rider then to get a lap time on the board, hopefully. Let's not 10:30 yet. As through copies then goes number 69 machine of front row Joseph. Sorry, Joe. I will not say that again. Down towards the Foggy S's then for the number 69 machine and in towards Foggy S's he now goes. Of course, this championship has been wrapped up, ladies and gents, by Connor Chameleon, and that was done at Cadwell, round 9 of the series. Unbelievable. Absolutely incredible stuff from Connor. Very talented, and looking forward to see what he can do in Superbikes in Season 2. When we go with that in about a month's time, about 5-6 weeks' time, actually, for testing. Be interested to see how he gets on the big BMW. But that is in the future. Let's keep ourselves grounded and in the present tense as we get Front row Joe up towards the line. He does a 128.272, goes provisional pole position. Scotty 2 Hottie then does a 128.4. George does a 133.6. So as we saw a few mistakes there from George on this opening lap. Isaac 129.8 goes P3. Connor goes P2 128.302. Who else is moving up? Guy, third, 128.338. Jordan's gone top, 128.205. Very close times already. Holy mackerel. In towards the final corner then for Vinny on number 55. Shit, his leathers confused me then. His leathers confused the hell out of me. Down towards the line then for Vinny, and over the line he goes to start a flying lap. Adam round the Melbourne Loop. Very fast in both the Ducati class and the super bikes is Adam. Oh, excuse me, holy mackerel. Through Goddard's then for the number 77 machine as he heads down towards the line. Charlie's gone top, 128.117 for Charlie. Adam now slots into P2, just waiting for Vinny to set a lap time, and everyone has achieved a lap time. That is good to see. Oh, hey, oh, dearie me. Connor there's tipped off at the Foggy S's, and there's a bit of grass tracking there at Foggy S's in P5 at the moment, sporting the number 1. Very nice, very, very nice. We like that. Of course, ladies and gents, we have got 3 races left for the Ducatis. They've got 1 here and 2 at Brands Hatch because they missed out on their race at Alton Park. And look who's got to the top. George! Got it, George. 128.069. Charlie's had a slight tumble at Coppice there, but still lying in a good P2 at the moment is Charlie. So good run that from the number 24 machine. Fair play to Charlie. He's done a great job with his liveries for this weekend. Right, should we have a rundown of the order? We've completed 4 minutes of qualifying already. We've got George, Charlie, and Adam on front row. Then we got Jordan, Joe, and Connor on row 2. Then we got Guy, Scotty, Too Hottie, and Isaac on row number 3. Don't ask. A lot of help needed. And then we got Vinny and Aaron rounding out the field at the moment. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, I get behind this, Aaron, actually, because as I'm sure you lots are aware, I am quite partial to Coca-Cola every now and then, as Adam goes to the top of the times, 127.463. First rider into the 127s this session. And then as soon as I have a swig of water, Guy goes into the 127, 127.787. That's a lot of 7s in one number. So Guy now onto that front row of the grid. Good stuff that from the number 83 machine. Joe now goes onto the front row, 127.818. Front row, Joe's on the front row, everybody. Was on the front row until George is now on P2. Oh dear. Come on, Joe. Do it for the nickname, son. Do it for the nickname. Here we go. Ow, that hurt that. Right, he's a 10th up here through Sector 1 is Joe. We'll keep an eye on Joe's progress. Good to see George back out with us, ladies and gents. Really is nice to see the number 93 and 17 in Supersport out with us. Where's Connor? P7 at the moment. He's sandbagging. That's probably what it is. 2 minutes to go. Bang. He'll be there. Tell you what, ladies and gents, if no one has any issues for Supersport, I'll be peaking. I mean, I'm off my tits now. Let's just let's cut the BS. I'm off my rocker. No idea why. You just got to stream in. I just get giddy. It'd be immense if everyone gets into Supersport. Right, Joe. Oh, Joe's 3/10 off through Sector 3. God, Joe, do it for the name. Do it for the nickname. Right. Where's Guy? Guy's got pole! Provisional pole for Guy. 124.443 for Guy. I tell you what. Go on, Guy. This is what we like to see. Adam comes out of the pits. George goes on the grass. Round Goddard's then for George. Let's see what the lap time will be as he shoots up towards the line. Over the line, 128.360 for George on that lap. Joe's in the box end because Scotty Too Hottie has now gone P4 on the standings. There's a 127.626, narrowly missing out on a front row slot. Who's at us? But oh, of course it is. See, of course it is. Sandbagging. He's been sandbagging all session. and then throws down a 126.604. Connor on provisional pole position at the moment, 8/10 clear of everybody else. That is just immense. Who was that going to slow that through? Craner kept well out of the way, whoever it was. Good at presence of mind. Where's Joe? Please be out on circuit, Joe. Yes, Joe! Come on, son! Of course, we have no favourites, so I just like to say front row Joe. And if he gets on the front row, that'll be fantastic. That would be swell. Oh, I missed Joe 6 times. Right, let's actually have a rundown of the order. That's a cracking idea, Seamus. So we've got Connor, Guy and Adam, your provisional front row as things stand. We've got George. We'll redo that. Connor, Guy and Charlie, provisional front row. Adam, George and Scott, row number 2. Joe, Jordan, Vinny, row 3. And then we've got Isaac and Aaron rounding out the field at the moment. Over the line they go. Any improvements? I don't think so on that lap. Oh, who was that? That's Vinny. Oh, dearie me. Vinny's joined the Craner Club quite brutally there, actually. Guys, in the 126s, everybody. The 126.888. Charlie also in the 126s, 126.921. Holy mackerel, I cannot keep up. Let's have a look then. Connor out of the final corner for the number 1 over the line. No improvement on that lap for Connor. Oh, it's close on that front row, isn't it? That is close. As we get George now, up through Schwant's curve and into McLean's. Looking good there. Whereabouts is Jordan, actually? Let's have a look at Jordan. Not seen much from him tonight. Do apologise to Jordan for that. Let's go through the Melbourne loop. Well, hey! That got a little bit lively for the number 23 as he heads down towards, up towards Goddard, should I say. Round the tricky Goddard's corner for Jordan as he heads down towards the line. Over the line for Jordan. Any improvements? Not in position there. As front row Joe has tipped off at Old Hairpin. Look at this. This is just immense. Whew. These times are quick, chaps. These are quick times from everybody. Well, hey! Isaac's laying on the style. That's what we like. Number 73. Over the line he goes. And no improvement for Isaac on that lap. Oh, look at this. Connor's already going to... He's going to 10th faster. Going to 10th quicker. Unbelievable. So we are very close to getting the first racing action underway. Ladies and gents, we have got Abbey Electric's British Super Sport on the way shortly, ladies and gents. Looking forward to that one in about 5 minutes' time. We'll have the first racing action of the weekend. Connor, Guy and Charlie, your front row as things stand. Adam, George and Scott, row number 2, with Joe, Jordan, Vinny, row 3. Isaac and Aaron ran out the field. Down into the foggy S's then for your champion. Through the left, through the right. A checkered flag is now out. Vinny, do not worry, mate. You will be included in the results. As Connor then heads in towards the Melbourne Loop. Oh, runs a bit wide. Adam improved his time there, 127.003. George also improves. Through Goddard's then for Connor. Let's see if he does improve his lap time. Guy coming up towards the line now. No improvement for Guy. Same for Connor on that lap. Connor, Guy and Charlie, row 1. Adam, George and Scott, as you have a lovely crash there. On row 2, Joe, Jordan and Vinny, and Aaron rounding out the field. Okay, so there we go. Those are the results for the Ducati, and it's nearly time for the first race. A reminder, ladies and gents, that the grid order for this Supersport race was determined at Donington Park. It was when the race was red flagged, so qualifying for earlier means bugger all until tomorrow. Again, I will repeat that. Qualifying earlier will only have an effect tomorrow. The grid order for this race was determined at Donington Park. Right, here comes the headache. I'm not looking forward to this, but we will get this one underway. 8 laps for the Super Sport ride. I am so excited for this race, though. Once we get the grid set up, oh, it's going to be immense. It is going to be immense, people. Woohoo! I'm pumped. I am pumped. I'm going to have some water. That is good. Supersport riders, your lobby is now up. Get yourselves in. This race is not limited to just the Donington Park riders. It is also open to riders that are riding this weekend. We'll just give a few of the riders a couple of minutes. Whilst we're doing that, let's give a shout out to Malted Caps. Let's do the traditional get out of shot whilst we do this. Malted Caps, everybody. Oh dear, let's zoom that back up. Look at that. What a sleek design. Lovely label as well inside. It gives you all the instructions of what you need to do and not do. Oh, it's main fabric, 100% cotton and other gibberish. Like we said earlier, if we get 10 sales or more, Ted said he'd give me his car. So, come on, people. Do it for Seamus. Yes, Scott, there we are. We can have an Andy hello. Hey, up the mags. Right, there we go. Okay. He's done it again. Stop committing! Oh, can we say that actually nowadays? Oh dear, that's a shutdown. It's been a pleasure. Oh dear. Oh no. Oh dear. Right, George. Hey, up the mags. Right, there we go. He's a Newcastle fan apparently. I don't know why he's green. I'll go Plymouth. There we go. Right, let's get. Honestly, we're not talking about football. I promise. I've just heard a two-stroke. Bear with. Okay, that's what we like. The sound of two strokes. Yeah. Someone's got one of them remote control, powerful petrol thingamabobs. Remote control cars. Oh, Ash has said hello to Andy. Hey, up the mags. There we go. Honestly, Dill's going to love me for this. Right, okay. Neil, pole position. Connor, where's Connor? Connor's there. P2. Caelan's not here. Jordan will be on the front row then. Where's Jordan? There he is. Jordan, and then it'd be... Oh, that's going to get very distracting here in that two-stroke, but we will continue. Right, now it's a free-for-all. Okay. See, look at that. 10 points to Gryffindor. I got brownie points there. Up the mags, up the mags. That two-stroke is going to get really, like I said, really distracting. We will do our best to persevere. Okay, so let's do this. I'll do my best. Of course, Ash, no worries, mate. No problem at all, mate. Mason Ross trying to enter this one. Mason, you cheeky bugger. Alright, he's trying to do some extra tests. Sorry, Mace. Nothing personal, son. Right, okay. Let's do... Right, so, where's Guy? Guy. Then it'd be... John's already done there. Then it'd be where's George? George. Perfect. Then it'd be Ash. Even better. Then it'll be Vinny. Then it'll be Aaron. Then Alfie. Lovely stuff. Oh, hang on. Yes, that's perfect. Green flavour. Excuse me, Mace. Holy mackerel. I'll just wait a bit longer. We've already gained enough time. Holy mackerel. See, riders are so impatient. Unbelievable. Right. Right, George is keen. George is ready to rock and roll. Right, as soon as Ash gives us the green light, we're rocking and rolling here. Oh, Thomas as well. Oh my crikey, nearly went without Thomas. Charlie, do we know if Nelson's joining? Bit tough if he doesn't turn up in the next minute. Perfect. Thank you, my mate. Thank you very much. Look at that. That's just faith, that. I've just heard that Dylan is looking at another streamer. That is unacceptable behaviour. I think that is 10-point championship deduction for that, mate. It's just sour. It's just not acceptable. Who's now? Superbike, Ted. I will, Jamie. Absolutely, mate. I think he can bugger off. I'm joking. We wouldn't do that still. It's all right, mate. That's all right. Right, here we go then. We are going to go with the first 8-lap race. Dylan may watch you or not, but we'll find out. It's time to go. I'm Electric Sprint Super Sport. First race of the weekend is on the way next. Okay, I just have to say this now before we get into engrossed. Jan, you are crackers, mate. Absolutely crackers. Okay, here we go. Time for Super Sport. Come on. Look at that. Absolutely crackers. Up the mags. Right then. Sorry, we'll just wait a minute. Well, let's keep everyone. Please, no one say. Please, no one say booted. Just can't be dealing with it. I just want to cry. Okay, have we fallen behind schedule a bit here? Bloody hope not. Okay, right, well that's not gone well for Ash. All that running up and down the stairs has not worked out for the poor fella. Honestly, ladies and gents, I do not know how I commentate with 3 numpties on FaceTime, but I'll do my best. I can't say anything. Sorry. 3 numpties on FaceTime. There we go. Jan's just done something to a prawn cracker or whatever it was that I really cannot unsee, which I wish I could, to be perfectly honest with you. Okay, here we go. Let's try and get that image out of our head, and we'll crack on. Look at that. See, now they've all gone serious. Caught them out. Ratted them out. Right, okay, here we go. Let's see how this one goes. Then for these riders, let's not forget, ladies and gents, Neil on that pole position. Neil and Scott in this battle for P2. Let's see who will take a bit of glory in this one. Well, we're about to get underway then with the 8 laps for the Superfoot riders. First race in action of the weekend. Let's go! I was going to say something at the end of that, but that really was not acceptable and would have got it shut down. Okay. Oh. Okay, right, red lights are not plugged in. MSV are useless. Well, the revs are up. And we're underway for the first race in action on the weekend. That was a poor start from Neil there. I don't know what's happened to Neil. Maybe just didn't get it in gear in time, but Connor has hit the front straight away. Guy in P2, there is carnage there. I think that was the 2 Power Slide Racing. Suzuki is making contact. Scott in P3. Alfie in P4. Then we've got Vinny, George, Isaac, Thomas, Aaron, Jordan and Neil also got caught up in the melee, and Scott's now up to P2, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, he was! Oh, dearie me, he's taken Vinny down there as well. Oh, this is dramatic between Neil and Scott. Now, Aaron's tipped off the Yamaha. Thomas is up to 5th. Alfie is now in P2. Let's go with this one then. Let's see what a battle we could be in for here. If Alfie can just close that gap down to Connor Chameleon. A long way to go. 8 laps round here. Yeah, it's pretty long. It's a pretty long run. Don't say that again. As in towards the foggy S's then goes this battle for P2. Alfie, Guy and George. Good to have George back out with us. Thomas not too far behind either on the APR Racing Suzuki satellite machine into the Melbourne Loop. What has happened to Connor then? Because Alfie has really closed that gap down. Well, he did into Melbourne Loop. A bit wide at Melbourne, but has gathered it all up nicely and is still on the track. Apart from there, because he's off at Goddard. What's happened to Guy? I think Guy's tipped. Oh, get tipped off at Goddard. Now Jordan and Guy have made contact. Friendly fire. Oh dear. Scott and Neil are 6th and 8th at the moment. There's too much to commentate on. Who was that on the floor? That was Thomas that's tipped off at Redgate. Oh dearie me. Does anyone want this job? Whew, holy mackerel. Right, lap 1 done in the books. And Connor leading this one by 2.5 seconds over Alfie and George. Good run this from both those guys, starting them towards the back of the grid. But that, I'm sure that first lap will have made the Superbike riders just think about their race. That's actually a benefit to another race going out before. You can see what happens and what potentially could happen on the opening lap. Well, still a good run this from George, keeping the pressure on Alfie. We'll keep an eye on that gap between Connor and Alfie. 2.2 seconds is the gap at the moment between those guys. It's down towards the foggy S. It's number 1 through the left, through the right. They go. Right, Jordan now in P4. Runs a bit wide at the foggy S's. Can Thomas get the run down towards the Melbourne Loop? Oh, he can. Look at that. Good racecraft that from Thomas, and does take P4. Just about down the inside goes Jordan. A little bit of contact, but they both keep it upright. Suzuki on Suzuki here. In towards Goddard's. Thomas will fight straight back at Jordan there at Goddard's and will retake the position. And this is allowing Scotty Too Hotty to close the gap on them as they go over the line. Jordan got to have a look into Redgate. Is he? Outside's brave. Outside is brave. Look at that. Oh, what racecraft from Jordan. Take it out wide. Carry a bit more speed than your right. Look at that. Oh, there was contact. Down goes Jordan. He clipped the glass there. Down he went. Oh, that was... yeah. Not good. Not good. But hopefully... yes, we'll carry on. Okay, so Scott now up to P5. What's happened to Neil, ladies and gents? Did he get caught up in that melee? He's now down in 10th. As things stand, Scott will take P2 in the championship. As things stand. There's still a long way to go yet, though, through Coppis and down towards Hizzy then goes. Our leaders, Connor's down! Connor is down, ladies and gents. Alfie will now take the lead of the race. Connor in second, and then it is George in third. Here we go, ladies and gents. Arguably the three most talented Supersport riders we've got at the moment, scrapping it out for the win. Let's go as George gets the MV lit up there out of the Melbourne Loop. Let's see what happens then in the closing stages of this one. Like I say, we're not even at half race distance yet. It's through Goddard's to go. Oh, Connor getting lit up on the curve. Oh, dearie me. That's brave. Into Redgate then for Connor. Alfie leading this one. He won the sprint race over at Donington Park. But Connor and Alfie have not gone toe-to-toe yet. Is it going to happen in this one? Well, we're not too far away from finding out. Through into the old hairpin then goes our race leader on the GW Motorsport Triumph. So Alfie leads, Connor in second, George in third place, Thomas in P4 at the moment. Good run this from Thomas on debut in an official SDPG event, running in P4. Scotty Too Hotty then in P5 at the moment, Vinny in 6th. Then we've got a battle here between Isaac and Neil in towards McLean's then. On the KRP Racing Yamaha goes Neil. Guy there in P9, Jordan in 10th. Aaron lurking in excuse me, in the background as we go through the foggy S's then. Connor did bring that gap down ever so slightly to just under a second. It has crept back up then as they go down towards the Melbourne Loop. Scotty Too Hotty then has taken P4 from Thomas. That's another position gained for Scott. Neil has also got past Isaac. He's up to 6th. Oh, Isaac looked like, oof, ooh, yeah. In through the Melbourne Loop then goes the Yamaha and the Triumph. Got Yamaha, Triumph and Suzuki in this battle. Good racing from those guys. Right, back at the front then. Lap 5 of 8 has begun. Connor is pushing. I like this though. Won the championship, but still wants to take race wins and pole positions and podiums. That is fantastic from Connor. Through Crane curves in towards the old hairpin. Just shy of a second is the gap then. Number 1 versus number 23. As they go up towards McLean's. And George has just dropped back ever so slightly, but he has got enough of a buffer over Scotty Too Hotty just to maybe roll it off half a second a lap, and he still should be a-okay. Through McLean's then he goes, have we got any battles on circuit? We do. Oh, who's that that's tipped off? I think Vinny has just crashed on the Honda there at the old hairpin. Oh, I nearly tipped off again there. Through Star Kids and into the Schwantz curve. Let's have a look. I don't think we've got too many. Oh, we've lost Vinny then from this one. A retirement for the number 54. We'll just keep an eye on the gaps out front, seeing if anything happens. Right. Alfie there went a bit defensive there, it looked like, into the Melbourne Loop, as Connor now has gained a bit of time, gained about a 10th there, as they run up towards Goddard's then for the 5th time of asking. tell you what, the Triumph is a pretty competitive package, like we saw in our Supersport Championship we ran in 2024 with Brett and Jamie at the helm of those tracks. Also Mason Roth as well, let's not forget Mason on the Supersport machine. Very competitive on the Triumph. The Triumph is a very good package. So is the Honda, a very, very popular bike is that Honda. But that gap is now lurking about 6-7 tenths of a second. It's just hovering around that 6-7 tenth margin through the old hairpin there. Here we go, the first toe-to-toe fight that we're going to have between Connor and Alfie is looming then into McLean's. Oh, dearie me. I swear the bike took off then. Through McLean's head, just clipped the curb there, did Connor, and just upsetting the bike ever so slightly, but he's okay. He's kept it rubber side down. Oh my goodness gracious. Holy mackerel, Connor's getting this Honda all out of shape, tying it in all sorts of knots. Down towards the foggy S's then, for the 6th time of asking. Oh, he's using a lot of curb there, is Connor. He's pushing for this one, he really wants it. Will Alfie take his second win of the campaign? Looking good at the moment. George now in P3. Scotty Too Hotty still in P4. He will gain some points, so it'll be 13 points for P4, and I believe it's 10 points for P6, so 3 points gained over Neil if things stay the way they are for Scotty Too Hotty. That will bring him very close. That'll bring them two very close in the championship. 3 points will separate them going into tomorrow. Guy still in P7. Then we've got Isaac. Good run this from Isaac actually, running inside that top 8. Then we've got Jordan and Aaron rounding out the field. Good to have Aaron back with us on the Moulton R5L Yamaha. Not seen much of Aaron this season due to technical problems for him, but oh dear. That's also a technical problem. I think we're about to lose Aaron from this one as well. He did not do that on purpose, I can assure you. Oh, is he back racing? He's back now. Lovely. Okay. Whoa, panic. Over. Lovely. Whoa! Connor's getting all out of shape into McLean. I can't watch this. Penultimate lap of the race, ladies and gents. Penultimate lap, not even realised. Well done. Good commentary skill, Seamus. Through Coppice then for the number 1. Oh, he's using all the road there. And down towards the foggy S's then for Connor. Just under a second now is the gap between Alfie and Connor. Hard on the brakes then for the number 1, the champion of Super Sport. Oh, look at that. Oh dear. Yeah, Connor's trying, isn't he? Just a bit, just a bit. As up towards Goddard's then goes Alfie, race leader. Onto the final lap there. Oh, Alfie's run a bit wide there. Connor keeps it tighter. Oh, are we on for a last lap showdown? Yeah, go on then. Over the line then. Final lap. Alfie versus Connor then in the first race here at Donington Park. Been a good run for Alfie. So far from the back of the grid all the way up to P1. Phenomenal ride, but Connor is like a bulldog. Yeah. No, don't say that. Cannot say that. Otherwise people will take that wrong. He never gives up, does Connor. I tell you what, Connor is like the Glen Irwin of SDPG. Just never knows when to give up. But up through McLean's and the Schwantz curve then goes Alfie. The Triumph's just got the advantage at the moment. It's going to be squeaky clean. Oh, through the last part of the lap. Connor's gathered that up well. I thought he was going to run a bit wide there. Oh, Thomas has slipped off on the final lap. That's helped Neil up to P5. Well, Scott will gain 1 point over Neil. Going into tomorrow, it'll be 5 points is the gap between the pair of them. Down towards the foggy S's then between Alfie and Connor. Tell you what, that Honda's got some straight line speed. Through the foggy S's, then they go. Alfie versus Connor. Who's going to take this? Oh, Connor's using. Oh, Connor has got penalty time as well. Let's not forget. Into Melbourne Loop then. Is Connor setting something up there for Goddard? It's going to be a run up the hill and into the left hand. I don't think Connor's close enough to make a move on Alfie. Fair play to both of them. Connor's not gave up. Neither has Alfie, but towards the back of the grid. Alfie will take the win here in race 1. Good ride that from Connor as well. Kept him honest all the way. George is back on the podium, ladies and gents. He's back and back on the podium. That's what we like. Scotty Too Hotty then will gain 1 point over his title rival Neil, who will finish a very, very good P5 because that didn't look the easiest race for Neil. Guy on the back wheel in P6. Good run that from Thomas in P7. Good debut. Well done to Thomas there. Isaac through the final corner. And over the line for Isaac. P8 for Isaac. Good run that. from the Triumph. And Jordan now over the line. It will take P9 and Aaron will take P10 in that one. What a race that was, ladies and gents. Yeah, it did look a bit lively, Connor, if I'm going to be honest. Nice touch, Alfie. Nice touch. Dedicated that win to Shane and Owen. Very nice stuff there from Alfie. So Alfie wins ahead of Connor, with George rounding out the podium. Scott and Neil finished 4th and 5th. That championship finds just closed up by a point. Guy in 6th, Thomas in 7th, Isaac in 8th, Jordan in 9th, and Aaron rounding out the top 10 in that one. Well done, everybody, for a fantastic Supersport race. I tell you what, ladies and gents, we're going to have to put big lights on. We can't see bag of roll. It's not good, that, is it? It's just not good. Well, hey, oh my goodness gracious. Do apologise, ladies and gents. Dink! I just want to break the chair. That would just be my luck, that, wouldn't it? Right, are we ready for some Superbikes? Good! It's going to be interesting. This is going to be an interesting race. I was at speech before we even start. I'm getting so giddy. I need to simmer down a bit. Calm down, Seamus. Calm it down. Right. I do apologise. There's something wrong up here. I mean, I don't even know there's a brain, but we'll say there is for now. Superbike riders, get yourselves in. The lobby is now up 10 laps for Superbikes. What time are we on? Oh my gosh, 10 to 9. 10 to 9. Not good, not good. Right. We've got an imposter. No. Grid. That's a good idea. I may go quiet for a second, ladies and gents, but I will get the grid order up. I'll be back with you in a smidgen. Where's the grid order, actually? That is a good question. Grid order. Is that what I want? I can't see. No, that's not. Appropriate. Yes, that's the one. Okay, apologies. Apologies there to chaps on FaceTime. I showed them the grid order. Wow, what good's that? I mean, I was meant to take a picture. It's been a long day. It's just been a long day, people. I just can't cope. Right, okay. Let's get the grid up on the phone. That's a great idea. Who's a clever boy? Not me. Right, okay. Let's zoom in because I'm blind as a bat and can't see bagger all. Gamer Jamie on pole position for the RD Racing Yamaha. Then we have got Dylan P2 and Super Ted rounding up row number 1. Then we've got Ashby's finest Brett heading row number 2. Then we've got where's Adam? Adam! Yeah! And then we've got Aaron, who had a very good run on the big ZX10 earlier on today. Then we've got, where's Charlie? There's Charlie. Then we've got Gianluca Play Snooker in P8, P9 for Mason Roth, and P10 for Joe. I can probably tell I'm going to get some abuse for that comment. Right, okay. Sorry, Jam. Right, okay. Are we ready? Good. Let's not waste time, shall we? Nah, let's get on with it. It is time, ladies and gents, for the first race. We have 6 races left of the Superbikes. Well, after this one, it'll be 5. Who is going to take honours here at Donington Park? Well, let's go find out. Time for SDPG British Superbikes in association with Exact Moves. Race number 1 is on the way next. daily live tyre update. Yes, ladies and gents, we have got a tyre update for you. Medium soft tyres for the front row of the grid. Brett's looking like he's going with a medium front soft rear. Same for Adam. Oh, we got a hard front soft rear for Aaron. Never say that again, Seamus. That is not acceptable. Charlie, also on a medium soft. Medium soft for Gianluca. Soft potentially for Mason Roth. And Joe has gone for a medium soft combination. Oh, right, ladies and gents, I cannot tell you how tense I am in this commentary box. You cut the tension with a knife. The championship, the pressure's on. 3 riders can win this now mathematically. We'll keep an eye on their progress. Dylan, Ted and Brett are the 3 title chargers. Who's going to take top honours? Let's find out. Time to go racing then with the first race for the Superbike class. 10 laps is coming up. Bad time for the MacBook to need charging. Typical, as red lights are not plugged in. But the laptop is, and away we go. What a stop! Forces top right there, and has taken the lead and the whole shot down towards turn number 1 and has got himself clear of any mayhem. Brett also up into second. Everyone's got through cleanly. Ted in third, Jamie fourth. Aaron is now in fourth. Oh, look at that. Jan's had a good start there. He did tell me earlier on he was going to really go for it tonight. He just run a bit wide. Mason Roth as well had a great start there in P7. Well, your top 3 in the championship, top 3 in this race. Dylan leads ahead of Brett, and Ted is currently sat in P3. Jamie in 4th, Aaron in 5th, Charlie 6th, Mason Roth in 7th, Jan, Joe and Adam running out the field. This is tight already in the mid-pack, but out front, Dylan doing what he needs to do best. We will keep you up to date with championship standings if we can. Right, down towards the Foggy S's then. For the first time, CS Autos Ducati 1-2. Ted looks lively in this one. Ted looks up for this one. Through the Foggy S's then. Jamie also lurking in the background. Not the best start for Jamie there. As he run down towards Melbourne Loop then. Oh, the 2 Yamahas go toe to toe, side by side. What's happened to Dylan? Oh, my goodness gracious. Contact between Ted and Brett there. Both stay on. That is the main thing. Up towards Goddard's then. Looks like a mistake there for Dylan, either at the Foggy S's or at Melbourne Loop. He lost a bit of time there. Look at this! Everyone's together nearly. I'd have had a voice break. Jan's doing a bit of motocross there at Goddard's. Adam just a little bit off the pack. Right, into Redgate. Lap 1 done in the box. Dylan leads this one ahead of Brett with Super Ted in P3. Brett has to try and beat Dylan in this one. It could be crucial. Not for championship points, but for momentum. You carry a good result into tomorrow, your confidence is high, you're likely to have a better showing. But Dylan knows he has to beat Brett for that reason, and also to gain points back in the championship. But look at these guys. Aaron's had a good start there. The exact moves Kawasaki in P5, looking very, very good. As he head up towards Corbin, look at Charlie getting those elbows out on the SDPG Racing Honda. Great racecraft though from Aaron. Gets the cut back on Charlie and will retake the position. That Kawasaki is very quick in a straight line and will have an advantage over the Honda, I would have thought. Down into Foggy S's. Out front. Oh, look at Jamie. Get a little bit hot into the Foggy S's. Dylan's away with this one. A second to the good already over Brett, with Ted in P3 at the moment. He's hounding. Oh, Brett, there's contact between the pair of them. Oh, dearie me. Oh, I cannot tell you where my heart has just gone. Through Goddard's then they go on lap 2 of 10 then. Down towards the line. Over the line they go. Dylan leads this one by 1.5 seconds at the moment. 2.5 to the good. Over Ashby's finest and teammate Brett, as Jamie is now up to 3rd. Ted's gone a little bit wide there at turn 1. Aaron's tipped off as well. Oh, that's a shame for Aaron. Had a very strong start to this one. And Charlie now up to P5. That's going to help him in the pathway standings. That will really help him in pathway. Mason Roth in P6. Good run this from Mason, considering he started at the back of the grid. P7 for Aaron. P8 for front row Joe. Good to have Joe back with us and looking good already in the early stages. Again, a long way to go. Adam there in P9 and Jan rounding out the order and just clips the grass there through Stark. He's back at the front though. Dylan leading this one ahead of Brett. Jamie in 3rd. Ted in 4th. See one little slip up round here and it could cost you dearly in towards the foggy S's then that's right on board with the RD Racing Yamaha. Oh dear. Oh, okay, ladies and gents, we are suffering a bit of lag. Okay, if we see much more, we'll call this one and we'll restart. Oh, it looks like Ted there has made a move. Did he on? Oh, what's happened? Oh, hang on. Sorry, we've got a technical glitch. I thought Ted had dropped out then. Oh, I panicked. Right, okay. As you well, look at that from Ted. Gets his elbows out on Jamie and will take the position into Redgate. Will he? Jamie won't give that to him. Look at that, hanging around the outside. What a great bit of riding from the pair of them, giving each other sufficient space. That's worked out brilliantly. We're nearly at half race distance. They're Dylan leading this one by 2 seconds over championship leader Brett. Ted is looking racy here. Looking very quick, actually, as malted R5L Yamaha. Ted, I think Ted doesn't understand, though. He is an outsider, but he will not give up. He will not give up. And look at this. Brett's now being put under pressure, and he's run a bit wide there. He's right on board with James. He's a little bit too far back to see what's going on. But in towards Coppice then. Ted eager to get past, is he? Oh, look at this. Ted there takes a position at Coppice. Oh, he shoves Brett out onto the grass there. Oh, this is very aggressive stuff from these guys. What's happened to Dylan? He's lost a bit of time there, ladies and gents. He had about 3-second lead at one point. May have just made a mistake at the exit, but Ted's already clearing off away from Brett and Jamie. Is he? No, or Constantine it up at the Melbourne hairpin. Charlie's not far behind these guys either. 1.6 seconds down on them. That's doable. That is doable. A bit further back, Mason Roth not too far behind either. Adam up to 7th. Jan there in P8. Aaron in 9th. And front row Joe rounding out the field as things stand. Lap 5 of 10, half race distance. For these guys, Ted, Brett and Jamie all taking the wide line at Redgate. It's one of them here. Like we said, the curbs are so aggressive. If you're too aggressive with the curbs, you will be down. It's a fine line here at Donington Park. How far you're willing to push it. Jamie's now up to 3rd, ladies and gents. Jamie up to 3rd. If things were to stay the way they are now, the championship lead for Brett would be just, hang on, wow, very anticlimactic, 3 points. 3 points would be the gap going into tomorrow's second race of the weekend. Still a long, long way to go yet, though. Ashby's finest down towards the foggy S's then. Oh, it takes a bit of curb through that. Has Dylan made another mistake? No, 1.8 seconds is the gap. I tell you what, I did do a little bit of a piece for our BSEC article earlier on today, and I said Ted's not necessarily the fastest, but he's always there or thereabouts. Right now, you'd have to argue he probably is the fastest. He's looking very good there. Oh, who's tipped off a little bit further back? Is that Adam that's tipped off on the arcade BMW? Right, down towards Redgate then. Here we go. Jamie is looking like he's having a look at Ted. Into turn 1 Redgate, lap 6 of 10. Through Redgate, down through Hollywood, and in towards the Craner curves the go. Okay, it's all just settled down a little bit now. How's Brett doing? Not too far behind, about 0.8 of a second. As things stand, just behind Jamie. So, this is just so tense. It really is. Charlie, good ride at the moment. P5, solid stuff from the number 24, SDPG Racing Honda. Really has come into some good form as Charlie. Missed out on 2 races here when we were last here. Due to just on the commitments outside of SDPG. Well, this is a good showing from the number 24 machine. Through the chicane then they go. Ted, that's certainly one of Ted's strong points. You always can take a couple of tenths out of Dylan through that section. Then throughout the rest of the lap, Dylan just seems to pull that gap back out again. It's slinky effect is this gap, and Jamie's keeping Ted honest here. This is, oh, look at that. Jamie backed out that one at just the right time not to make contact with Ted. Very strong on the brakes is Jamie. Very, very strong on brakes. 125.0 for a gamer Jamie as they go into Redgate and then lap 7 of 10 for these guys through Redgate then. And in towards Hollywood and Craner Curves. Oh, this is getting tasty in the championship. Dylan then, Yorkshire's top rank, doing what he needs to do. He really does need to be taking these wins. Well, Brett is also very strong at Brands Hatches. Jamie then has taken the motocross route and has, well, he's had an issue there at Old Hairpin. That's now allowed Brett up to P3. The gap would now be 6 points going into tomorrow if things stay the way they are. And that will go in favour of Brett, Ashby's finest, hanging on to this championship lead. Through Coppington he goes down towards the Foggy S's then. Ted just keeping that pressure on Dylan. Dylan looks good through there, so does Ted. Oh! Brett had a humongous moment through the Foggy S's. How has he stayed on that? Oh, dearie me. Apologies, ladies and gents. That scared the bejesus out of me. Through the Melbourne Loop then for Jamie. Let's have a look at the tyres. Tell you what, Ted's got the best tyres out of the top. Yeah, Ted's got the best tyres out of the top 4. Tell you what, out of most of the field, yeah, good stuff that from Super Ted, always good. Looking after his tyres. Lap 8 of 10 then. As things stand, Dylan will be taking another win. That'll be 12 wins for Dylan this season if he can just keep this one going. In towards the Old Hairpin then for Ted. As Dylan now is up the other side and going up towards McLean's. Number 1, will he be retaining that number 1 plate for season 2? Through McLean's in towards Coppis then for Yorkshire's top rank, 2/10 off his PB through there. Ted's now got quite a comfortable gap, but I say comfortable. Any little mistake will be punished. A look at Jamie here. Wow, he's caught up to the back of Brett quick. Down towards the Foggy S's then. Hard on the brakes. And Jamie does take the position from Brett into the S's. Hard on the brakes into Melbourne Loop. So now the gap would be 3 points between the two CS Autos Ducatis as Jamie runs a little bit wide there. That's going to invite Brett an opportunity on the cutback, is it? Not quite. Jamie does carry some good speed through Melbourne Loop. Meanwhile, our race leaders, Dylan is on to his penultimate lap of this one. Lap 9 of 10. Ted as well, also on his penultimate lap of the race then. Into Redgate goes Jamie and Brett. Brett will keep him honest all the way to the end of this one. Through Hollywood and Craner Curves now. Oh no! Oh, voice break and a half. Drama, our championship leader, has tipped off at Craner Curves on the penultimate lap. The gap, ladies and gents, will be 1 point between the two CS Autos Ducatis going into tomorrow if things stay the way they are. Oh, wow. Do not believe this. This is so tense. Wow. Drama then. This is esports and motorcycle racing esports, ladies and gents. Anything can and probably will happen. Oh, I'm just stunned. Absolutely stunned. Into Melbourne Loop then. Dylan leading this one. 2.1 seconds over Super Ted. Well. Oh, looks like a mistake from Charlie because Brett is now up to P4. Back up to 4th then is Ashby's finest. Right, over the line then they go. Final lap has begun here at Donington Park. Jamie still holding on to P3 at the moment. Dylan through Hollywood now. He's just got to keep this clean. Oh, it looked like he just turned a bit too early then. Well, he managed just to get out of that mistake pretty well. Through Starkey's Bridge and Schwantz Curve section then. Good stuff that from Dylan. He's done what he needed to do in this one. Jamie again, P3 for Jamie. Still not had a win yet in the Superbikes. I think it is not far off, though, a win. It's through Coppice Corner then for the final time. Let's see, let's just try and get these guys home and dry now. Into the Foggy S's then for the final time. Negotiated well there from Dylan. Same for Ted, same for Jamie. As Brett now going down towards the Foggy S himself. Oh, just runs a bit wide there through the left-hander. Don't think, ladies and gents, if Dylan has a great weekend here, the championship's over. It really isn't. Brett is so strong at Brands Hatch, and this is not over yet. But, ladies and gents, your race winner, he makes it 12 wins in Superbikes. Dylan takes the win in race 1. A good P2 from Super Ted. Jamie in P3. Ashby's finest, still your championship leader. Brett will take P4, and Charlie will take Beth on the back wheel. Very nice. Oh, dear. Oh, hey, Jan's on the back wheel. Jan will take P6. I'll take a fresh pair of lungs. Joe, front row Joe in P7. Look at this lot. Joe in 7th. Aaron in 8th. Adam in 9th. And Mason Roth rounding out the runners and riders in that one. Well. There's a bit of drama in Superbikes, ladies and gents. Look at this lot. It's just, wow, incredible. Right, there we go. So, your results then from race 1. Dylan takes the win ahead of Super Ted. Jamie rounding out the runners at the podium. In fact, not runners and riders at all. Brett in P4, P5 for Charlie, P6 for Jan, P7 for Joe, P8 for Aaron, P9 for Adam, and P10 for Mason Roth. Right, anyone wants an update on the championship before we go? We do. Like we said, ladies and gents, the gap between the two CS Autos Ducatis will be down to just 3 points going into tomorrow. Well, hope that's whet your appetite a little bit, ladies and gents, for racing tomorrow. Yeah, that is close. I will have a look at the Super Sport standings as well, because that will be tight as well in the battle for P2. Well, ladies and gents, stay tuned tomorrow. We've got another 2 races to go tomorrow in Superbike, another 2 Supersport, and of course, the SDPG Ducati Monster 1200 Cup. Before we go, ladies and gents, a quick reminder and a quick nod to our title sponsor of the SDPG British Superbike Championship, Exact Moves. Give them a touch. No, do not give them a touch. Get in touch for all your business removals, installations, moves, etc. Exact Moves, www.exactmoves.co.uk. And also, because everyone loves this part of the show, Malted caps, ladies and gents. Get your Malted caps. Speak to Super Ted for a lovely Malted cap. Again, great label. It's all in foreign. I'm actually going to have to speak to Ted about that, see where these are made, because I'm a bit concerned at how many foreign languages are on there. But please, get your Malted cap and I'll get an AMG. Bosh. Right, I'm going. Anyone want to say goodbye to Andy? There you go. Goodbye, my lovers. There you go. Right, up the max. Right, okay, I will see you tomorrow. Same time as tonight, 7:10 p.m. here, live on Twitch. And all left for me to say, ladies and gents, we'll see you tomorrow. Bring it on. See you tomorrow, and have a good rest of your evening.